Welcome. I'm Harmony Slater, your host of the Finding Harmony podcast. Over the past 20 years, I've taught thousands of yoga teachers and students to explore the intersection between ancient wisdom and modern everyday life, using mind-body practices to heal, awaken, and manifest their dreams from the inside out. This podcast is a sanctuary for those feeling overwhelmed by life's challenges. Are you ready to jump in and discover how these challenges aren't actually in the way, but are the way to finding harmony? Let's invite the magic back in. Hi, welcome today. You're joining me, Harmony, on the Finding Harmony podcast. And today, Russell and I are reconnecting with our Sanskrit and chanting teacher all the way over in India, Jayashree, who is a PhD holder in Sanskrit, as well as a mother and a beautiful human being with tons of yogic wisdom. We spent many hours sitting on her floor inside her home, chanting the Yoga Sutras over and over and over again and listening to philosophy from both her and her brother, Narasimhan. And today we are bringing her to you to share her gifts, her insights, her wisdom from years of growing up in India, studying, learning these mantras as a woman, learning Sanskrit as a woman, being educated, to receiving a PhD, as well as being a mother. And there's lots of beautiful little gems to take away from this conversation. And I'm sure she will charm you as much as she charms us. And I hope you love listening to Jayashree. It's a real gift to have her here and for her to just be sharing with us her experience, her expertise, her beautiful voice, her beautiful chanting. We're so honored to have her here on the podcast today.
We will pray for the internet to be stable.
Yeah, we should.
It's better.
Maybe you know a Sanskrit chant to keep the internet stable.
Yeah. So I will start with a prayer.
Beautiful. We would love
I
that.
will sing a prayer and then you can ask the questions.
Okay.
So you will ask and I will answer, is it?
Yes, something like that.
Yeah.
Hopefully you will answer. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Okay. Namaste.
Namaste.
Ya kundendu tusharahara dhavala.
Unfortunately, we had to cut out the recording of this invocation from the audio version of our podcast because the sound quality was a little bit compromised. If you'd like to hear Jayashree chanting this invocation, you can tune into the unedited video that's on our YouTube channel, or you can listen to a beautiful recording of this very same invocation directly on Spotify. We've put the link to Jayashree chanting in the show notes. What is the meaning of the chant, Jayashree?
We are giving respects to, salutations to Goddess Saraswati.
Right.
Goddess Saraswati is the embodiment of knowledge. For all material knowledge, we worship Saraswati. So this Saraswati, the description of this Saraswati is there here. Ya kundendu tushara hara dhavala, who is as white as Kunda Indu Tushara. Kunda is jasmine, Indu is the moon, and Tushara is the snow. As white as these things. Kundendu Tushara Hara Dhavala, Ya Shubhra Vastranvita, who is having the garment very pure. Shubhra, very pure. Vastra Anvita, who is having the pure garment. Ya Veena Varadanda Manditakara. Veena is the lute.
Mm-hmm. That is.
So one who is having or decorated with the beautiful lute. Varadanda Manditakara. One who is decorated with that Varadanda Manditakara. Ya Shweta Padmasana. You know Padmasana.
We do.
Yeah.
Sitting in
Shweta
Padmasana.
Padmasana. Shweta, white. Shweta Padmasana, white Padmasana. See, there are two types of Padmasana, Shweta Padmasana and Krishna Padmasana. Krishna is dark.
It's between Shweta, Padmasana, and Krishna.
It's the left or
Difference
right leg.
is when you sit
First is Shweta Padmasana.
right leg up is Shweta Padmasana.
And then left leg
Left-
up is Krishna. But
Left leg first, then right leg is Krishna Padmasana.
Krishna
Yes.
is a purple color. Yeah,
Black.
So,
dark,
Shweta Padmasana. Yeah,
white. Yeah.
the one who is Brahma Chuta Shankara Prabhrutibihi Devaihi, by the gods like the Brahma, Achyuta, and Shankara. Brahma is the creator, Achyuta is Vishnu, and Shankara is Shiva. So the trinities, Brahma, Achyuta, Shankara, Prabhutibhihi, Devaihi, and also other gods who is worshipped, Vandita. Yeah, Shweta, Shankara, Prabhutibhir, Devai, Sada, Pujita, one who is worshipped by all these divinities. Sa Mam Patu Saraswati Bhagavati. That goddess Bhagavati Saraswati, let her protect me. Sa Mam Patu. Let her protect me. And who is the Nishesha Jadyapaha? We all have a kind of lethargy, the mental lethargy, that is called Jadya.
Jadya.
Jardi.
Jadya is the mental lethargy. See, physical lethargy is there, but still the mental lethargy is very difficult to remove.
Yes, it is.
So, yeah. So she removes Jadya Apaha, one who removes the Jadya of the mind, Nishesha, totally. Even a little bit of Jadya will not be there if she gives her blessings. If she graces, we will not be having that kind of Jadya.
Beautiful. And Saraswati she's your personal deity, right? She's your like Ishta Devata. Is that what you would say? For you, she's very important.
Yeah. It is very important for us.
Yeah.
Maybe you have seen Goddess Saraswati in our room.
Yeah, I remember.
Library room. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, you have a big painting of her in your room.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Why is she the most important? Would you say she's one of the most important deities for you? For you personally, is she one of the top most important ones?
Yeah, she is, of course. But of course, she as a woman goddess, that is goddess,
Yeah.
she is the very first one. And in gods, Vishnu, Krishna is the ultimate.
So then where does Lakshmi, because Lakshmi is Vishnu's consort, how does Lakshmi and Saraswati connect?
See, Lakshmi is the wife of Vishnu.
Mhm.
Saraswati is the wife of Brahma, the creator.
Mhm.
Brahma is a representation of Veda, Jnana, that is knowledge. The embodiment of knowledge is Brahma.
Mhm.
So when there is knowledge, how you can express that knowledge only through words or the language. So Saraswati is the language. She is called Vani, Bharati, because that is the language. Even though there is so much of knowledge, it has to be expressed in some way. So they are husband and wife.
But are they in
Yes.
conflict? Are they in conflict,
No.
Saraswati and Lakshmi? For you?
No,
and
no.
Lakshmi.
No,
They are
in
not
conflict.
in conflict.
No.
Lakshmi is the goddess of wealth. So wealth you need. Knowledge also you need. They are not in conflict. So in many stories, they will make them conflicting. because that gives you a kick,
Yeah.
No, it's for kicks. Yeah.
If somebody is against or fighting with other, you will have pleasure.
That's true.
Mm.
So,
Wow.
Yeah, we know that. Conflict sells.
Conflict sells. Yeah.
but Lakshmi is not stable.
Oh,
Mm.
she's
Yeah.
fickle.
Do you think Lakshmi wealth stays with you ever?
No, she's always coming and going.
Yes.
More going.
We are not sure about her. She is very fickle.
Yes.
We have many questions for you, but I just want to probe a little further on this. You could say in the West that Jesus is a representation of love, like Lakshmi is a representation of wealth.
Yes.
But there are in the West, you find that many people believe that Jesus is an actual person.
Yes.
Actual person who lived and died. But I'm not sure that the divinity in India, the
different.
Lakshmi, Saraswati, Vishnu, there is an actual person that you can point to. Is it real? Or is it an idea?
Jesus was human.
Yeah. Like
Is it?
Krishna.
Yeah, like Krishna, he was human.
Yeah.
But Brahma, Vishnu, Saraswati, Shiva, all these are the representation of creation, sustenance, and destruction.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Brahma is the representation of creation. And something has to sustain it.
Mm.
The Vishnu is the sustainer, and Shiva is the destroyer. Unless there is destruction, you cannot have creation. It is a cycle.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So everywhere, whether it is Brahma and Saraswati, Vishnu and Lakshmi, and Shiva and Parvati, so they are inseparables.
Hmm.
Wherever there is Vishnu, or wealth means need not be only money. Every kind of wealth is there. Wealth of knowledge,
Mm.
wealth of beauty, wealth of fame.
Mm.
So many things are there. They are all wealth.
Yeah.
You normally think that wealth is just money, property.
It sounds like then Lakshmi is sort of the energy of abundance
Yeah.
or like attraction, like, yeah, growth, positivity, like all of the things in a way.
Yeah. There are always, these are energies. Shiva and Shakti. Shiva and Shakti are inseparables. Shiva is a representation of strength.
Yeah.
And
Strength.
Shakti is the energy.
So she's the energy or the power to Shiva's strength.
Yes.
Inseparable.
So, like they say in India, even though we represent all the divinities in some form, we give a name and a form.
Hmm.
Name and form are inseparables. When you give a name, there has to be a form. In other cultures, in other religions, you don't have a form for God.
Mhm. No, right? So you're saying in India that the deities have a form or an image that is associated with them.
Yes, there is an image and
Mhm.
there is a form for all the deities.
Like for every type of energy, there's a
Yeah.
form.
Yes.
Would you say metaphor? That the divinity is a metaphor for a type of energy?
It is not like metaphor. It is icons.
Icons.
We represent everything in the form of a human, but totally not human.
Yeah.
Totally not human.
Yeah.
Super.
Because every divinity is not like a real human being.
Mhm.
Right.
You
Because
see,
it's universal. It can't be created or destroyed in a way, right?
Universal?
Universal, like, and infinite, no beginning, no end.
Yeah, it is no beginning, no end. But see, when you come to meditation, so you need some object for your meditation. And at that time, you need something to think of, a form, whether it is light, even light is a form. You go on concentrating, focusing on light
Mhm.
or sound. See, like
Like
Om.
Ishvara Pranidhana.
Something or the other, you will be focusing on that. So even whether it is sound or light or form, all are some or the other objects. The mind cannot think of anything, just absence. It cannot think of absence.
So when you take a form in meditation, like the sound or light or an image and imagination of the deity, the god or the goddess, then it concentrates the mind in a one-pointed flow.
Yes. The mind comes to a focus. Otherwise, it will be wandering. It will be always thinking many things.
Yeah. The nature of mind, chitta vritti.
So to bring that into one point, these are the helping things that can make you mind focused.
And then is the point to when the mind becomes focused, then we go beyond the mind somehow?
Yeah. Yes, yes. Once you go beyond the mind, mantra is gone. Even you drop the mantra, the form, or whatever you are thinking, the thought will be lost.
Yeah. I think this is a common misperception in the West. We sit and we try to meditate, and maybe your cousin brother Narasimhan, he taught us transcendental meditation, so we would concentrate on the mantra. But in a way, I think this is the practice of meditation, but to say you're actually meditating is something beyond this, because you're still thinking. The mind is still active, and it seems you're explaining a state that is beyond the mind being active.
Yeah, it has to go beyond the thinking or beyond it's a function of the mind. You have to let go. So letting go is final.
Dhyana samadhi, like that.
It is very difficult. It has to happen. It has to happen. I cannot let go the thought.
Yeah.
As I think of letting go the thought, it comes again and again.
Yeah. I think this is a difficult thing even for, I mean, in a way, the meditation practice, as you're explaining it at the end, to really move beyond the mind, to reach the goal of yoga is to, like you say, let go and release the meditation, release the tool that's helping you. But even one level below, you know, many practitioners come to you that practice Ashtanga yoga, and they're practicing every day. So much practice. But even letting go of the practice actually has to happen before you can let go of the mind or the thought. Yeah?
Letting go, you cannot do it. You cannot let go. But it has to happen. That is why samadhi, Patanjali says, Tadevarthamatra nirbhasam swarupashunyamiva samadhi. What is samadhi? When you are thinking dharana and dhyana, you come to focus. And then tadeva arthamatra nirbhasam. You will have only that aspect or that thought. Tadeva arthamatra nirbhasam. That will be shining. And swarupa shunyamiva. You have lost yourself, your nature. You have lost your nature. So swarupa shunyam iva. That is a state of that too. It is. He doesn't say Swarupa Shunyam Samadhi. Even it is like as though you have lost yourself. So that is why when we are meditating, even when transcendental meditation also, see, you will be thinking or meditating some mantra, and that mantra comes and goes. It will not stay in your mind all the time. It will
Right.
be moving. And what Narasimhan says, see, whenever you have some other thought, bring back that mantra to you. See,
Mhm.
that is your effort. Bringing back the mantra again and again, you will do it. And by practice, you will hold on to that mantra for at least some time. And at certain point of time, you lose the mantra and you are not aware of yourself.
Mm.
So that may be only for a nanosecond,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but that is samadhi.
And the point is to make that nanosecond
Yes.
grow and expand into
Yeah,
1
grow
second.
into a minute, hour, everything, and the whole day.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Jayashree, when Narasimha taught me my mantra, it was very nice. I'm not supposed to tell you the mantra,
Hmm.
but it has a vowel, and the vowel would start to extend in my mind, like the little box you use when we chant. It makes the
Shruti box.
Shruti box. And
Yeah.
so it was interesting. The mantra became like a Shruti box in my mind.
Hmm.
I was surprising. It wasn't like a endless repetition of a word.
Yeah.
It was
Endless
just this,
repetition. It will be going on like that.
yeah,
Even when you are sleeping, it will be working.
yeah, yeah.
It's not a problem. That's a good thing.
I thought so. I thought it was
If
a
it
good thing.
disturbs you in your other work, other activities, then you may have to think of some other remedy.
Hmm.
If it is helpful or if you feel happy with that, be with that.
Hmm.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah, that's nice.
Growing up in India, Jayashree, was it your experience that yoga was a part of your culture and your upbringing? Were you always focused on yoga in some way or the teachings of yoga?
See, yoga is Ashtanga, 8 limbs. So yamas and niyamas in every culture, they teach the children.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
It's
Whether
true.
it is Christianity or Islam or any other culture, you have 10 commandments or something else. That everywhere the yamas are there. Don't hurt the other. Don't tell a lie. So these are social disciplines everywhere. Then the niyamas also, be pure as far as possible. Think of that is shaucha, santosha, tapaha, swadhyaya, ishvara pranidhana. These are all taught from the childhood for the children. So these two are always there, yamas and niyamas.
Mhm.
The asana, maybe everybody may not do the asanas. Instead of asana, some other thing will be there. Maybe sports or something.
Hmm.
Yeah, it may not be like the primary series or secondary series. Not like that.
No.
But they were all doing Surya Namaskara.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or horseback riding.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm.
So Surya Namaskara was very popular because in the Sandhya Vandana, that is, every Brahmin, Kshatriya, and Vaishya, all the three groups, they were doing the Sandhya Vandana, respecting or giving salutations, ablations to the sun during the sunrise, midday, and sunset.
Mhm.
In all the 3 times, they used to give the Sandhya Vandana, do the Sandhya Vandana. In Sandhya Vandana, these are all incorporated. They have made it into one set.
What is this Sandhya Vandanam? Is it the sun salutation? Is it Surya Namaskara?
Yes, there is in Sandhya Vandana, you have Surya Namaskara, not as it is taught by any of these yoga shalas, but there is. And also the Gayatri mantra is there.
Right. So chanting of the Gayatri mantra,
Yeah.
and then maybe like
Giving ablations.
Yeah,
Giving
ablations.
ablations to the sun.
Ablations, yeah.
Yeah.
So all these things are chanting as well as meditation. All these things are set in that.
Mhm.
So from childhood means up to 3 years, the children will be taught only to speak. At the age of 3, they start the akharas, that is alphabets.
Okay, yes, the alphabets.
Yeah. Then at the age of 8, until then they will be given different chants so that they will learn by heart. They will not be taught giving a book.
Right.
Whether they know the script or not is all Shruti Parampara.
Mhm.
Yeah. Learning by ear.
Yeah. Children learn them, and when they learn by Shruti Parampara, they can immediately memorize. At that age, they have a lot of memory power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So some of the chants that we did with you, like Saraswati Namastubhyam Vanade Kamarupini. This is part of this group of sort of shlokas that the children
Yes.
learn at this age.
Yeah. Yes. So many shlokas, whichever there in every household,
Mhm.
they have a set of shlokas. They will teach the children from the age of 3. As soon as they start speaking, they will make the child speak,
Right.
chant those things, so that the pronunciation becomes good. Even though it will be very, not very clear. The
Yeah.
children at the age of 1 or 2, 1.5 and 2, it will not be clear, but still they teach, and the children will chant whatever they can.
I think your parents must have done this with you then.
Huh?
Your parents did this with you then.
Yeah.
But were they masters of Sanskrit, your parents?
My whole family, my father, his brothers, his father, all of them were great Sanskrit scholars.
Wow.
Mhm.
Sanskrit was in the tradition.
Mhm.
So every day they used to chant either the Vedas, Upanishads, everything during the puja.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So when we were listening to all those things, we naturally got it.
Mhm. So you naturally grew up with a ear and a affinity to
Yes.
learn and to chant Sanskrit mantras.
Yes.
Yeah. Did you know at a young age that you would go and study Sanskrit at college and eventually get a PhD?
Never thought.
No.
I did not think that I will become a professor of Sanskrit and do PhD and teach Westerners.
Were you the first woman to receive a PhD in your family?
In my family, yes, I am the first one.
Mm.
Of course, others have got it, but in other fields, my younger brother's wife, she has got PhD in MIT.
MIT.
Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah. Your daughter, Lakshmi,
yes.
she has a PhD?
She is in Austin. No, she did her master's.
Oh.
And then because she went to America, she could not do anything further.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And were your parents very surprised that you go to college to study, or did they want you to become just wife?
No. In our family, nobody was prevented from studying further
Mm.
higher education.
Mm.
Only if somebody is married too early, then if the husband's family would like to study, they used to study. My eldest sister, now she is 91.
Wow.
So she studied after her marriage.
Oh,
And my mother also studied. She wanted to go to the school. At that time, she was just going to the high school, but she was married.
Wow.
So she wanted to study. So she used to wear a different type of sari, a
Mhm.
traditional sari, and go to school.
Wow.
Oh.
Because when you're not married, you wear the sawa kameez or like different
no
clothes.
salwar kameez.
No.
We used to wear lehenga,
Lahanga.
skirts,
Okay.
and blouse, and also a small thing like this.
a wrap.
Like a shawl. or-
Dupatta.
Yeah.
Dupatta.
But then-
After we are 13 years, so we used to wear that. But
Yeah.
after marriage, we used to wear this sari. But in olden days, all the married women used to wear a different type of, they used to wear a 9 yards sari.
Mm.
9 yards. Sorry. Oh my gosh.
It's evidence of Lakshmi in their life. There's abundance.
Why would they wear a sari that's so long?
Yeah, because you will have a kache. That is, you need a longer cloth.
So many folds.
Yeah, to take it under this two legs and tuck it in here.
Oh, so then it turns into like the little, like the
Yeah.
pants skirt out
Yeah,
front.
it is like a pant.
Yeah, I know
Oh.
this
To
type.
make the sari into a pant.
Yeah, I know this type. Yeah.
It's useful.
Yeah, it's easier to move around, I think.
Yeah. To go to class is easy.
They used to swim also with the
And
same
swim,
pant.
yes. They wear it
Yeah.
at the beach, I've seen. Yes. How old was your mother when she got married?
I think she was 18 years.
18
Okay.
years. Oh, wow. Yeah, reasonable.
And how old were you when you first were married?
I married late. I married when I was 28.
28.
Wow.
Oh,
Because you already did your PhD, so you were in school the
Yeah,
whole time.
but PhD I didn't get because I loved Narasimha, my husband Narasimha.
Yeah.
And so he was still studying engineering.
Yeah.
And he
Okay.
wanted to settle down.
okay.
So it went on. From the age of 22 or 20, we loved.
Oh. Wow.
But we married when we were 28. He is also 3 months older than me. That's all.
Wow.
For our listeners, Jayashree, just at home, your husband is Narasimha and Narasimham, and I think,
Narasimha.
No,
and then your
Narasimha is my husband. Narasimhan is my brother.
Similar name, but different.
Yeah, similar name. See, in our community, the names repeat so many times.
And also many are named after deities like Narasimha, Narasimhan. They're
Yes,
named
yes.
after Vishnu, the lion.
Yeah. Only because of the initials, we have my husband is MG and my brother is MA.
Right. M.A.
Mhm. Oh,
You
yeah.
need to just shorten it down.
Yeah.
I was curious, Jayashree, sometimes I would talk to people in India and they would talk about, say, their grandfather, the older generation is very inspired by, say, Gandhi or Sri Aurobindo, the kind of reclaiming the Vedas and reclaiming, say, khadi cloth, and maybe
Yes.
even doing yoga. Do you have a memory like this? But perhaps some families are
was-
more British.
I was born after India got independence. I was born in 1951.
51, yeah.
So India got independence in 1947.
When you grew up, there must have been a very strong movement towards going back to traditional Indian ways.
Yeah, it was there, but still the mindset of all the people, even before independence, it had the British mind.
Yeah.
Because of that, everybody wanted to have English education and the jobs, government jobs,
Right.
so that
Yeah.
they may not worry for the money.
Right. Yes. And so even Gandhi is studying in Britain. He is riding horses and wearing a suit, but
Yeah.
then he is reclaiming the Yoga Sutras, taking the khadi cloth, wearing this sort of thing. And I'm wondering if this is happening in many communities across
Yes.
India.
Yeah, it is there. Because the yoga was always there. Reclaiming is not much. It was always there everywhere. There were so many Sanskrit shalas in India, not only in India, it's in Karnataka, Mysore, everywhere. There were so many Sanskrit shalas which the Macaulay system of education destroyed.
Yeah.
So did they bring back more emphasis on going and learning Sanskrit at the Sanskrit shalas post England or Britain leaving India? Was there more emphasis?
No, that
on
is,
that?
see, they destroyed all the Sanskrit schools. So because just like as I said, the mindset had changed. So only if you study English, only you will get jobs.
Right.
Otherwise, you will not be having. Only if you say, even now it is there. If you go to Sanskrit only, you think that they think that you will not get a job.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. You get a better job if you go to maybe a school that is taught in English so that you're hearing it all the time rather than the
And
local language.
nowadays, you always think of IT.
IT,
yeah.
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 Nobody wants to go even to physics MSc or chemistry MSc. So that is also not there. Only they want software IT.
Yeah, software IT.
Because
physics.
it is giving money, lot of money now. But I don't know how long it will continue.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And everybody is now thinking of only money.
Yeah.
I think this is the way of what is it? Kali Yuga, right?
Kali Yuga.
We're in fully in Kali Yuga.
Yeah, everybody has become a businessman.
Yeah.
What do I get?
Even yoga teachers have to be business people now.
What do I get?
Yeah.
That is the question. First question will be that. If I do this, what do I get?
Yeah.
That is the businessman's mind.
When you were a youth, when do you notice that you are passionate about language and Sanskrit study?
Even though I studied Sanskrit MA, I went to Sanskrit MA accidentally.
Really?
I wanted to study mathematics MSc.
Mathematics.
Yeah, my grandfather was a great mathematician, my mother's father.
Yeah.
So I wanted to go to mathematics, but I did not get a seat there. At that time, one professor from Sanskrit department, M.A. Krishnaswamy, he told me, "Oh, why do you study mathematics MSc? Come to Sanskrit. You join Sanskrit MSc, MA." I joined MA Sanskrit in Bangalore University.
Wow.
And so after completion of that, another professor, the head of the department, was very kind to me. And Professor K.T. Pandurangi, he told me, apply for the scholarship for PhD.
Mhm.
So I applied the PhD scholarship and I worked there for 4 years as a PhD scholar,
Wow.
research scholar
In Bangalore.
in Bangalore. And by that time, the time period was over. I hadn't finished the PhD, but at that time I got married.
Mhm.
So, marriage brings other PhDs.
Yeah. Marriage brings other PhDs.
Yeah.
It's true.
Harsha was the first PhD
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
Lakshmi was the second PhD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I hadn't completed that, but finally, somehow, I completed the whole thing and submitted in somewhere around 90,
1990.
1990.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But that also slept in the university. It was in deep slumber
It slept in the university? What does that mean?
in Bangalore University.
Oh, at the Bangalore University.
And later in 1993,
Yeah.
I got the PhD.
Wow. So you had to go back to Bangalore and study for 2 years, going back and forth
No,
to
no,
get your
it
PhD?
was already over, but my
Oh.
professor was in contact with me
Mhm.
and I submitted. After submission, we need not go to the college or anywhere.
Oh, okay, good. So you could just
Oh,
work on it independently a little bit
yeah,
because you'd done the coursework. You just did not write the
yeah.
PhD.
My professor helped me a lot.
Mm.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. That's amazing. What an inspirational story. I don't think many women of your generation have PhDs, Jayashree. You are one of
Yeah.
a kind.
Yeah, because PhD, of course, many people have done it. Not in my family. In my family, few of them are there who
Yeah.
have done the women. My cousin is there. Another cousin is there. They have all done PhD.
Mhm.
But it's very challenging, as you say, to get married and become a mother and have 2 children and be raising your children and then also doing school
Yeah.
part-time. And
Yes.
it's a lot. It's pretty
Yes.
amazing.
Because
Yeah.
as soon as I got married in 1978, I got the job.
Ah, what were you doing? What was your
I-
job?
No, until then I was in Bangalore
Yeah.
and working for the PhD.
Ah, yeah.
But after marriage, I joined the college in Mysore,
Mhm.
and there I became the lecturer of
Ah,
Sanskrit. Yeah.
Mm.
So
Uh,
then you were lecturing with your master's degree in the college.
Yeah.
on Sanskrit.
1978, I joined.
Wow.
Were you the only woman to do that?
No, there were many women in the college.
Okay.
See, the idea that women were not educated in India is a farce.
Mhm.
It is not true.
Mhm.
It is only the West thought that women are only at home.
Mhm.
Mhm.
But even at home, they study.
Mhm.
When I was growing up in the West, in the city of New Orleans, my math teacher was a lady, Marathi lady from Bombay, Mumbai, and she has a PhD in physics, and so she is my teacher, and so she is the same age as you. So I must be prevalent.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
But there must be some privilege, some access. Like you must have to have a family who has some income and who has education. If you're from a family that is a labor family who your parents don't have any education and didn't go to higher education, then I think the situation's a little different. But your family's very well educated and they believe in education. So
Yes, the family atmosphere is also equally important.
yeah.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
only those families where they are academicians, they want their children to be academic.
Yeah. Exactly. There's like a propensity or an attraction to academics already
Yeah.
because it's in the family lineage. And also being Brahmin, I think there's already also that as
They
well.
always gave most importance to studies, learning. Even before independence also, the women used to study those things which are helpful for spiritual evaluation. They were studying that, and they used to teach one another.
Wow. And those would be things like how to do the pujas or the ceremonies for the family household, or what kinds of things would they teach each other?
Cooking.
Ah,
Cooking is an art.
yeah.
So they were very much good in cooking, as well as chanting some. See, in Karnataka and in Tamil Nadu, we have the Tamil prabandhans. In Tamil, we have a lot of literature. So they used to learn that. And during cooking, they would chant that.
Oh, they would chant while they were cooking.
Yeah. Because if you are disturbed and angry, your food will affect that.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. We've heard that. You must cook with love. Yeah.
Yeah. So they were always taught not to get disturbed during cooking.
Yeah.
And when you are chanting, the mind doesn't think all negative things.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does your family chant while they're cooking the meals?
Yeah. My grandmother, her sister-in-law, everybody used to chant. My aunt, Narasimhan's mother.
Yeah.
You know, Jayashree, I brought my mother to your home, and she was very impressed to meet you and to meet all of the ladies of the home. The thing that I remember very strongly is there's a cradle downstairs that swings in the center of the room.
Yes.
And I think Lakshmi's baby was in there.
Yes.
And all of the women in the house and my mother are sitting and watching the baby. And you know, in the West, it seems like there's one, two, three children and one mother. And in your home, there is one child and 4, 5, 6, 7 grandmothers.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
it seems ideal.
Yeah. It is because we are supporting women. Whether a child is there at home, then you have the whole support system.
Yeah.
Since there is no support system in other countries, now I think here also it has become like that. But still, you have to go to a nanny.
Yeah, a nanny.
A nanny, yeah.
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 So somebody has to look after the child. And both the parents are going to work. So who will look after the child? And they will grow up with nanny with that mindset. The parents cannot teach anything to them.
Yeah, it's
So
different.
children learn only by imitation. They see you and whatever you do, if parents fight, they will know who is right and who is wrong. They are very clever.
Yeah, they are. So you said the mantra, when you're chanting the mantra and making the food, you can't think of the negative things, because I think mantra itself means like an instrument to protect the mind.
Yes.
But what are some of the other benefits to learning chanting, and particularly Sanskrit chanting? How is it beneficial to humanity?
It is, the chanting has vibrations. It is just vibrations. Whether it is a mantra or any shlokas or any other things, everything is language, and language in the form of sound. Language is nothing but sounds. But even though it is a sound, what we speak is also a sound. Why we don't think that is a mantra? So these mantras are a specific combination of the syllables which can bring elevating vibrations. So that is why mantras are important. Any language is a sound.
Mhm.
Whether you speak Spanish or French or German, everything is a sound. But a specific, particular combination of syllables, they can bring different types of vibrations. That is what mantras are. So that will transform the personality.
So it changes how you're feeling inside.
Yeah.
And then that changes what you're doing outside.
And it helps in memory.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It sounds like this sense of upana, where you're sitting next to a good vibration. Say
Yes.
the guru has a
Yeah.
good vibration, and you are sitting next to, or
Yeah.
Upanishad, you're sitting next to. And when you have a good sound, a good mantra, good music, then you are sitting next to this good vibration that has a positive influence.
Yeah. See, even pragayati prabhatake, that is, whether you sing yourself or you listen to it, it will have the same result. The chanting, if you are listening to it, even when you listen, those vibrations will be formed.
Because it
So
creates like
need
an
not-
imprint
yeah.
in your mind.
It need not be you yourself have to chant.
Mm.
Mhm.
If possible, you can chant. But even you can listen to that and you will get the same results.
Do you think that this is also maybe why I feel like whenever I go to India, there's more of a higher vibration of people? I mean, this is very generalized, but there's just in the culture, in the country, there's a higher awareness of God or higher consciousness or just how everything's connected. Everyone seems tuned to this
Yes,
vibration.
that is true. Because, see, whether it is a village or city, even in a village, the people who are not, who has not gone to school, they are not at all educated. So what is education? Learning alphabets and reading and writing, is that education? That is not just education. The education is culturing the mind. Only
That's
when you
jnana.
culture the mind, then it is, you call it as education. That is why there is a difference between jnana and vidya. Jnana is information. If that knowledge transforms you, brings wisdom, that is vidya.
So you can have vidya without jnana.
Yes. And also, I think I had taught you also, vidya dadati vinayam, vinayadhyati patratam,
Mhm.
patratvat dhanam apnoti, dhanad dharmam tatas sukham. Vidya dadati vinayam. So, what does wisdom give? What does it bring? It brings humility, vinayam. So, if you have humility, then you are a real knowledgeable person.
Mhm.
Love that.
Whatever you study, whatever you might have done PhD or DLit, everything. But if you don't digest it and get it into your life, in your behavior, it's a waste.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's our problem in our modern day society is we have information overload. We can find
Yeah.
out everything we could possibly want to know, but we don't have the transformation. We don't have the wisdom.
Yeah.
We don't have the embodiment of the
Yes.
information in ourselves.
You know, we have Google God anyway.
Google God.
Google God,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, yeah.
So whatever you want to know, you go to Google.
Yes.
Yeah. Please Google.
It's true.
So that way, it is just information.
Yeah.
You know Rajneesh Osho?
Yeah.
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 He says, if you have only information, it is not of use. It should transform you. It is not just information, it is transformation.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
information, but transformation.
And transformation means you're living it. It's changed
Yeah.
you. It's embodied.
Yeah.
It
Yes.
becomes who you are then, right?
Yeah.
Not just what you know.
Yeah.
In all the stages, you have transformation, then you will be a best human being.
What do you think the goal of yoga is? Is that the goal of yoga, do you think?
Yes, that is the goal of yoga. Everybody should go to that state where you feel happy with whatever you have. That is santosha. You are contented. The contentment is, see, whether you have a lot of money or less money, in villages, they are most contented, even they don't have so much of money to eat twice a day, but still they are happy. They are contented.
Yeah.
They are not
Santosha.
avaricious.
Mhm.
See, this feeling of avariciousness, I want this, I want this, I want this. It is called lobha,
Globa.
Mhm.
greed.
Yeah.
Mm.
So there has to be only that much you need, not greed.
Mm.
What are some ways? What are the best ways to, like, Patabi Joyce would always quote like that Lobha, Krodha, Moha, Madhya, Matsarya.
Mada, Matsarya.
Yeah.
6 enemies.
Kama, Krodha,
Kama.
Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. These are called Ari Shadvarga. Shadvarga, group of 6.
Yes.
Ari
So
is enemies.
Mhm.
yeah, these 6 enemies: Kama, desire; Krodha, anger; Lobha, greed; Moha, delusion;
Delusion.
Madhya,
Mada,
ego; Mada, ego, right?
Arrogance.
Arrogance.
Yes. And then Matsarya, jealousy.
Yes.
But so what if you're feeling plagued by these things? How can you, if you're feeling like, say you're feeling very avarice or very greedy or very jealous, how can you reduce these tendencies?
How to defeat the enemies.
Think of the other. That's what Patanjali says. Think of the opposite.
Mm. Think of the opposite. Think of the others.
So if you're feeling like I want the new iPhone, and then you should stop and you should think, maybe, do I need it, or am I okay without it? Something like this.
Even without it, you can be there. And with that also, you can be there. It is not that you should not desire at all.
Mm-hmm.
The rightful desire and rightful artha, that is wealth. See, dharma, artha, kama, and moksha, the purusharthas.
Yeah.
So when are you liberated, or moksha? When do you get free? Freedom will come only when you have a rightful desire, kama, and to fulfill that kama, you have rightful wealth or object, that is artha. Dharma is the basis for kama and artha. So with dharma, if you have kama and artha, that is moksha.
And you have enough.
So the fulfillment of the balance, the right, I guess the santosha of dharma, artha, and
Kama.
kama, When those are in balance, then moksha is possible, liberation.
That for artha and kama, the basis should be dharma only. Dharma is righteous, right.
Like
So
what's right.
Yeah. When you are always doing right, then you will not have any guilt feeling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you have stolen something, stealing is not like taking away somebody's this thing. But still, even by manasa, kaya, and vachasa, by mind and by physically and by speech, if you are thinking of somebody's wealth, somebody's objects, so it is called stealing.
Mm-hmm.
But if you are free from that, you want to have a BMW car or
Yes.
iPhone.
Oh.
Okay. Desire is a rightful desire, isn't it? But to get that, you have to earn money properly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you earn money properly, then get it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's really important because a lot of students of yoga, I think we look at vairagya, non-attachment, and abhyasa, practice, and we understand abhyasa. We get like, oh, I have to practice, I have to do something, I have to keep working. But the vairagya part, I think sometimes we get confused and think that it means like, although it means non-attachment, we think it means, oh, I can't desire anything, or I can't work towards anything or hope for anything.
I should work for free.
Desire is not a wrong thing, because one of the purusharthas is kama.
Yeah.
I desire to go to yoga. That is also a desire.
Yeah, exactly.
I desire to study higher studies. That is also a desire.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Totally nobody has avoided desire.
Even I desire to stay in bed is also a desire.
Desire as totally desire is not bad. If you don't have any desire, you won't live. Desire to live is also a desire.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
So desire is not totally bad. Proper desires, rightful desires, that should be there. And to fulfill that rightful desire, you must achieve, or you have to get those things rightfully.
What do you think are the two most important texts to start learning for yoga students?
Yoga Sutra is one very good text. And the next one is Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is an explanation of Yoga Sutras. And Upanishads are the explanations of Bhagavad Gita. See, you start with Upanishad and then summarize Bhagavad Gita, and summarize Bhagavad Gita is Yoga Sutra.
Yes. So you have the Upanishads that are a little bit complicated, and there's many of them. And that gets condensed into the Bhagavad Gita, which is more of a story and easier to understand. And then that gets condensed into the Yoga Sutras, which are easy to remember.
Very condensed.
Yeah.
I've heard that, like, on the internet, you have a hypertext where you push the blue text and then it expands and you see the description of the word, or there's a web page from you push the word. The Yoga Sutras are like this. Each word is a whole book.
Yes. Who has done it?
It's all over the internet where you could, no, we don't know in the Yoga Sutras. Nobody's done this. Maybe it's a new IT
link.
project.
That's a good project. You take the Yoga Sutras and each word is a hyperlink.
Yeah,
that's very good. That would be very good.
Interactive.
That's good.
Yeah, that is a good project. IT project.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I don't know what to do, how to do.
Me neither, Jayashree.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm.
One last question. Do you think chanting itself, so many students, we're always talking about pranayama, asana, meditation. These are, this, disciplines, hatha yoga disciplines, but is chanting a spiritual practice? Is it the same or different as these other types of hatha
No,
yoga disciplines?
everything is interlinked.
Mhm.
Pranayama is one, chanting is another kind of pranayama. When you chant, you take the breath intermittently, isn't it? See, what is pranayama according to Patanjali?
The control of the
Prana.
prana, or the
No,
Energy.
what does he say?
the inhale,
तस्मिन् सति श्वास
prashvas.
प्रश्वासयोर्गतिविच्छेदः प्राणायामः. If you break the rhythm of breath,
Uh-huh.
that is pranayama.
Mhm. Ah.
Breaking the rhythm of breath, cutting the
Yeah.
inhale or the exhale, pausing.
Yes, yes. So when you chant, there will be naturally, without your conscious effort, you are breaking the rhythm.
Yes. And also you have to learn to control the breath for those very long
Yeah,
sutras.
yes.
Mm.
So it is another kind of pranayama without your conscious effort.
Yeah. Yeah, it gives you something else to focus on. Do the Sanskrit mantras activate like energy centers in the body as well?
Yes, yes, yes. The sound itself is like that, and that combination of syllables.
Mm.
So it can move the internal prana or energy and open the mind.
Yes. So that's why we call the ancient seers of India as great sound engineers.
Sound engineers. Yeah.
Do you think the first spiritual practice was chanting? Was that the first, was that leading into meditation?
It can lead to, see, while chanting itself, you go to a state of meditation.
Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
What is meditation? No thought. So when you are chanting, no other thought will come.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Mm.
So it would be something that all yoga students should incorporate into their practice in some way.
It's always better.
Mm.
Also, your mind gets to focus
Mm.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
when you are chanting.
Yeah. And is there a benefit to chanting externally versus like the whispering versus
Yeah.
internally?
There are three types of chanting. One is external, another is upamshu, just lip movement, and inside.
Mhm.
So all the three are good, but when you chant externally, you will also listen.
Mhm.
So at the beginning, you have to do the external so that you will know proper pronunciation. And later you can go to the other two.
Yeah, there's something that's helpful about hearing yourself because it
Yeah,
also allows your mind to grab onto the sound.
yeah,
It's much harder to chant internally
yeah.
because
It
your
is like
mind goes.
it's like multimedia.
Yeah,
Multimedia.
exactly.
I know it must be getting very late for you, Jayashree. It's
Yes.
getting some late. You've eaten? Did
Hmm?
you eat? Did you eat?
It is no, not yet.
No. Oh.
Now it's dinner time.
Oh, it's very late. Oh. Mm.
Well, thank you so much for meeting with us and sharing your wealth of wisdom with all the
Thank
students.
you. Okay, I will finish with Sahana.
Yep,
Please.
please.
Harihi Om सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरिः ॐ धन्यवादः
Thank you so much, Jayashree. Have a beautiful night.
Thank you.
That's it. We've concluded another episode of the Finding Harmony podcast. I just want to thank you so much for doing the work that changes the world, starting with yourself. It truly does make a huge difference. Please make sure you have your automatic downloads turned on wherever you listen so you don't miss any of the upcoming episodes. I have so much more magic I can't wait to share with you. Lastly, if you're on Instagram, I love connecting and hearing from you. So come on over and say hello at Finding Harmony Podcast. And you can also come say hello to me personally at Harmony Slater Official. Thank you again for being here. I cannot wait to share more with you in our next episode.